Dignitaries on the dais, dais, all the eminent speakers, all the delegates who have come from different states. It's indeed a privilege to witness this inaugural session and to interact with this august gathering. Smart cities and smart policing is the need of the time. Smart policing is the goal given by the Ministry of Home Affairs to all the police machineries. And the full form of SMART is given as S stands for strict and sensitive, M for modern and mobile, A for alert and attentive, R for responsive and responsible, and T for trained and techno-savvy. All of us know that we are facing many challenges on security, on terrorism, on law and order, and on crime fronts. Casteism, communalism, regionalism, parochialism, sectarianism, Naxalism, extremism. So many isms are embedded in our society. Law and order situations, daily one or another agitations on the roads, reacting into serious breach of peace. So, how the smart cities can contain this problem, how the predictive policing, how the evidence-based policing can be incorporated into this great initiative of smart cities. Already Mr. Thabil has elaborated about the surveillance of the cities through CCTV cameras, command and control center, which will collect the information, collect the data, and based on that data, empirical data, we can plan our future. We can decide our targets again smart, specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. Considering the local needs, we are sitting in Taj property, and I was telling IG CRPF Vikram sir about 2611 because I was DCP of South Mumbai. And I've seen Mumbai changing. I was DCP 6 months prior to the attack, during those 59 hours. And afterwards, almost 1.5 years, I was witnessing the psyche of the people changing, the preparations and the measures which were taken by the government, the response mechanisms, and basically the coordination between different agencies. I remember on 15th August, I had written one letter to my officers that about terrorist inputs, we are casual and careless. We should follow the broken window theory of USA, that one simple window glass is broken, consider it as a terror attack and respond with preparedness, a lot of rehearsals. And we know what happened on 26/11. On 24th and 25th November, 2 days prior to the attack, when there was input that one place called Leoporte, L-E-O-P-O-R-T-E, which was in the input that it may be High Court or DGP's office. But we analyzed that that can be Leopold Cafe. So on 24th and 25th November, I requested Municipal Corporation, and the team came and we removed 186 hawkers opposite that Leopold Cafe and cleared the whole Kulaba Causeway, which you may go now and see that it is flooded with a lot of hawkers. So the Pradhan Commission, which inquired into police actions, appreciated this combined effort of municipal corporation and police machinery, because in the firing, which was outside Leopold, they killed 11 people inside the cafe, and when they randomly fired outside, not a single casualty was there. On 30th September, when the input about Taj came, then me and my team went there and recceed the hotel for 9 hours. And on next day, we gave specific and actionable instructions to the management and to my officers also. That this is the North Court Gate, this is right on the road, and this is most vulnerable, put iron grill on it. The CCTV control room must have the monitoring system. Without monitoring, it's like eyes without brain. The VoIP phones can be blocked or jammed. The gates can be automatic, and 28 instructions which were applicable. So on that day when I reached, terrorists entered inside Taj at 9:40, and I along with my bodyguard entered into Taj with security chief of Taj, Sunil Kodiyadi, at 9:51 on 11th minute, and opposite Crystal Hall, 10:03, I could fire on them, which was very crucial time because the wedding was inside that Crystal Hall. Me and my team got President's Police Medal for gallantry, but that is altogether different issue. Issue is how we can prepare ourselves to respond the emergencies which are unforeseen, which are unpredicted. So in smart cities, we have to have a lot of homework based on the local needs. I appreciate efforts of Nashik Smart City, because this is developing city, but there are bigger cities where the bigger challenges are there. So more you sway during peacetime, less you bleed during wartime. And the natural and man-made disasters have to be faced with a lot of preparations, a lot of homework. And there is another quote that is from the book, The Art of War, that is about facing the adversary. If you know yourself and if you know your enemy, you need not worry about the result of 100 battles. You are going to win all the battles. If you know yourself and if you don't know your enemy, then you will suffer defeat after every victory. And if you neither know yourself and nor your enemy, then you will suffer defeat in every other battle. So, understanding ourselves, our SWOT analysis, strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats of the city, and analyzing the challenges would definitely benefit in planning the infrastructure, in the response mechanism. Technology interface is very important, but it should not become hurdle. Technology should be user-friendly. Simple user-friendly technologies will help the citizens to be eyes and ears of the in law enforcement agencies. Crime against women is a major challenge, so street vigilance, surveillance, traffic management, again, we can facilitate through this ANPR and RLVD cameras, and that is being done in the city. So I'm so happy because this is the interactive session. Unfortunately, we are busy with the CA and NRC agitations. Today is Friday, so I would not be able to attend the whole sessions. I wish the team of BW Business World and team of Mr. Thavil and Game Sahib all the best, and wish you all the best for this session. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.